Can you give an example of God taking care of you in an unusual way?
One, I have a beautiful home that I live in right now, and I call it paradise. It's a gift from God, and if God hadn't got in my way of what I wanted to do years ago, I would have always been renting a place. Years ago, when we were in New York, and I had a pastor call me from Los Angeles. He was my youth pastor when I was a kid in Spokane, and he'd heard about what happened in the opera, that I was wanting to get into gospel ministry. And he called me. He said, "Bill, you want to get into gospel ministry? What are you doing in New York?" And he said, "Why don't you come out to California? That's where everything's happening." And he said, "I have a pastor he had a big church, a Covenant Church, Rolling Hills Covenant Church, about 1,200 people. And he had a pastor, one of his underling pastors, was going to go up to by Sacramento to take Roseville to take a church for a while because the pastor had gone. And he had a beautiful house on Palos Verdes. The Palos Verdes is one of the highest places, nice places in the whole Los Angeles area. He said he wants a Christian to live in that house, and he'll rent you that house for $600 a month. Well, that was almost unbelievable, and it was a gorgeous place. And I got so excited about that, and I said, okay. So we had a little home in Teaneck, and we put that up for sale and made ready to move. And about 5 weeks before we were to move, I got a call saying that house would not be available to us. And I had to get on an airplane because we were already committed to move. I had to get on an airplane and fly to Los Angeles without my wife, and I had 2 days to find a house and buy it. And we had planned on renting that $600 house for a year and a half or so, getting to know the whole lay of the land, and then finding what neighborhood we wanted to in and buying a house. And I had to fly there, and what they did is they looked at my income in the opera. I had no idea what kind of income I was going to make in the ministry. They said, "Oh yeah, you can buy this house." I found a house, and I was so upset that I was losing that $600 house that when I got back home, they took me to the hospital, and I was 3 days in the intensive care ward because they thought I was having a heart attack. That's how upset I was. And I was shaking my fist at God. God, I'm giving up this great career for you, to minister for you, and you took this $600 rental house away from me. How could you possibly do that? What I didn't know at the time, house prices in California were going like this, and my income was going to go like this, and we would have never been able to qualify for a home in California. And within a year and a half, there was no way we would have ever been able to buy a house. We would have rented a house from then on, and I'd still be renting a house right now. And so God taking that house away, and I got so angry and so upset with him, he did that to bless me. That's many other times of stories like that.